Welcome back. The Soweto International Jazz Festival will make its debut at the Soweto Theatre, which is one of South Africa's most vibrant townships. Set to have a stellar lineup of both local and international artists. The festival was inspired and dedicated to a place that is rich for its history, people and artistry. The festival will be a 4-day celebration, which will also be a tribute to the late jazz legend Hugh Masekela and the late statesman Nelson Mandela, who would have celebrated his 100th birthday. The Soweto International Jazz Festival is the first international music and arts festival dedicated to the historical region of Johannesburg. But to tell us more about the event, we are joined by the organizer, Nolan Baynes. Nolan, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Morning Lab.
Thank you for having me.
Now, why did you decide to host the Jazz Festival in Soweto this year?
Why not Soweto? I mean, Soweto is beautiful. It's, we felt like we wanted a place that had history, that had a creative legacy, that had the types of artists and music that I think is capable of changing the world. And for a company that's organizing festivals and live events, it's a storybook place to hold a festival.
Now, the significance of celebrating both what would have been Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday, as well as paying a tribute to Hugh Masekela, what does that mean to you, considering he's got a history also with the people of New Orleans, with the people of New York as well, just overall?
I think there was so much happening for South Africa in the last year. We felt like it was only right. It wasn't as if we could ignore it. You know what I mean? You come to this country and we sort of see all the great things that has happened and sort of the progress that the South African folks have made, and music seems to tie all of that together. So coming into this year, we were like, we have to pay tribute to these great men in some way. And it's musical tributes, by the way. So it's not forced, it's the artist saying, I want to do something, I want to pay tribute to Hugh Masekela because he was incredible. And he also had, I don't know if people know this, but he had performed in New Orleans a few times, back and forth. So there's sort of this brotherhood happening, and it happened on a very organic level. The artists that are doing it actually performed with him. So we're excited about that. And all these things came about organically. It wasn't in a boardroom. We didn't plan it out. These artists really said, we want to make these statements. In
terms of the reception that you've received so far, considering that this is the debut festival, are you finding that South Africans and Africans overall are excited about this one?
Oh, absolutely. I think, on social media, it's a hotbed for how people really feel, right?
Yes.
So we've gotten a lot of feedback about people like Deborah Cox and Charlie Wilson, who's never been to the continent, and decided that if he's going to play Africa, Soweto is a place that he wanted to play.
So Charlie Wilson is coming.
Charlie Wilson is on the lineup.
I'll definitely be there.
You have to come. You have to come.
I definitely
In fact, I'm inviting all of y'all.
Okay, so we're all going to be there. Let's look at the 3 days of the festival. Each one, I understand, has a theme. Take us through those themes and just plans to give it that extra unique selling point.
Sure. It's a 4-day festival. So it starts on Thursday, just ahead of Youth Day. Thursday is dedicated to young people. The days are broken up into 2 segments. In the daytime, it's panels and discussions and cultural exchanges. And so on Thursday, we're going to have Rico Love, who is a celebrated songwriter. He's written for Beyonce, Rihanna, you name it. He's doing a masterclass and working with some of the local artists to kind of teach them the mastery in writing hit songs and so forth. Then Raheem Devon and Nasty C, who's a local South African hip-hop artist that we love, is also headlining. On Friday, it's Women's Day. We call it Power of Women Day, as in P-O-W. And Deborah Cox is headlining that one with Zama Jobi, Shoma Josie, a few incredible artists. And then Saturday is International Day, and Sunday is the Inspirational Day. And so Soweto Gospel Choir, Sipo Hot Sticks, Makasa. And when we say an Inspirational Day, it's gospel, but it's also a feel-good day. So it's mixed genre. So I think a lot of people have been asking us about why not a pure jazz lineup. But the goal of this festival is really to be an economic engine. Ultimately, we wanted to help grow Soweto and contribute to the economic growth of Soweto. So the way to do that is to attract people to come to it, and especially African Americans. And so having a diverse lineup, an international lineup mixed with South African stars, I think that's the best way to actually do it. It's actually the model of the New Orleans Jazz Festival. So that's sort of our thing. Multiple genre, creative artists and just sort of have something for everyone kind of thing.
I think just finally, Nolan, you know, beyond getting the numbers and getting people to attend this jazz festival, what are you hoping to achieve with it going forward, considering this is the first year, and it's sort of, you know, you in your teething phase, basically.
We are,
what are you hoping to achieve?
Right now.
You are, the land we so badly want.
So, first of all, we have a 5-year plan. We have a 5-year strategy for actually building it. But what we're looking for, the ultimate goal for year 1 is for people to leave feeling like the musical experience was amazing. They actually had a chance to have some cultural exchanges with, you know, with our African American brothers, our brothers from the continent, brothers and sisters from the continent. We want to create a place where people can actually share ideas and concepts. And hopefully down the line, within that 5 years, it actually turns into an economic engine. But we want people to walk away saying, oh my God, I've never seen Charlie Wilson perform and he was amazing. Deborah Cox has the most beautiful voice, and oh my God, Mikasa, you know, we want to sort of create this gumbo of great musical experiences.
Look, Nolan, I'm sold. I'm definitely there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
That was Soweto International Jazz Festival organizer Nolan Baynes talking to us about the festival, which will be taking place from the 14th until the 17th of June. Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.